Hey guys, it is a spectacular day. I'm sure maybe you can see the blue sky. The sky is so blue today. It's stunning. And just finished beach yoga. There were whales, 2 whales, like one in the beginning of the class we saw to the north, and then maybe it was the same whale, but towards the end of the class, whale like to the south of us to the class. It was unbelievable, like spectacular. And I have my purple Namaste shirt on, and this is why I wanted to share something with you. A lot of us, like maybe if you're in the yoga world, or you do yoga, you probably have heard many people, they begin or end a class like with Namaste, and people, they don't even always know what that means. But I have to share with you because I remember vividly that it was like the very early 80s, and I got a phone call. I was in college and living with a bunch of girls, and I was up in my room studying or listening to music, and the phone rang down on the first floor. We had one phone, and they shout upstairs. I come running down the phone, and it was my friend Alan Cohen. He was like a teacher friend, spiritual teacher friend, calling to say, "Quick, do you have a TV? Yes. Turn on channel 13, PBS. Okay. Leo Biscaglia." I do that. There's this guy, Leo Biscaglia, on, never heard of him before. He did this PBS special. He was a professor of education at USC, and whatever. He wrote a book, but he had a class that was called Love 101 or Love. And he created this class. He told the story. He was an education professor, and one day, someone who sat in his class all semester, a big classroom, one of those giant classes, and sat there and was quiet and an introvert, and then one day wasn't there, and Leo Biscaglia found out that this young kid, college student, committed suicide. And it really rattled him. This was probably like the very early 80s, and so Leo Biscaglia decided, I'm gonna like really teach about like what's really important. And so he created this class, Love, all about love. His book was all about love and connection, and live like all this real stuff of like how to serve, how to be alive, and how to connect and get through all these challenges. So anyway, I went on to be read his book, gave it away to people. I think I wrote a paper on like his book about love in one of my writing classes. And so he wrote another book, Bus 9 to Paradise. And so anyway, but this is the thing. At the end of that PBS special, he shared, like he said and I have to read it. He said that in India, he told us what he ended it with about Namaste and what it meant, and he said what it meant. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, and I didn't write it down. So the next morning I woke up and I couldn't remember what he talked. I knew he said this wonderful word, and it had this amazing meaning about oneness, but I didn't write it down, and it was kind of gone. And kid you not, swear to God, I think it was the same day or the next day, I'm in the library at Montclair State. I'm in the library, and come across, I used to just, not accidentally, but I would just find my way in the, it wouldn't be they didn't have self-help at the college library, but about spirituality, philosophy, all that kind of stuff. And I found the book, this book, Ram Dass, Grist for the Mill. I had read Ram Dass's book, Be Here Now, a couple years before that. So I pick up this book in the library same next day, and I'm thumbing through it, and I ended up taking it. I have since bought my own copy of this book. This is very old. Swear to God, it in the beginning, before the introduction, the first page inside, after all the stuff that's in a book, it says on a page all by itself, I don't know if you can see it, it says, in India, when we meet and part, we often say Namaste, which means I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the place in you of love, of light, of truth, of peace. I honor the place within you, where if you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. We are one. Namaste. Oh, right? That's what it means. That's what it means. And you know what? I went to Nepal like in 1997 and spent several weeks trekking around the Himalayas. And that's what people like, they usually, I'm holding the phone, but they usually put their hands in the prayer position. And when they, when you press, instead of like we say, hi, how you doing? They say namaste, and they bow their head, namaste. Or if they don't do the prayer thing, they go namaste. And what that means is recognizing the light in me salutes the light in you, or the God in me sees the God in you. Like, it's like we are one, we are one. So that's what namaste means. It doesn't, it's not anything that belongs to the yoga world or the yogis, but like the yogis have kind of like brought it mainstream, namaste. So I just wanted to share that's how it works. That was a really interesting coincidence how that I've always been like, into namaste. So I just wanted you to know that though, because people don't know what that means. They don't understand. It's a real word. It's like a hello, but it's more than, it's a salutation of recognizing the divinity in you and seeing that. And so that's it from House Street Beach. It's a Sunday. It's a beautiful day. And I just say from my heart, namaste.